evening, everyone. I'm going to read you my deep in thought and personal poems with life experiences. And if it's too much, turn it off. But this is my life, this is my experience, and this is how I express. I have ADHD, PTSD, anxiety, severe depression, all these crazy ass disorders, you can name it, I have it basically. I'm not schizophrenic. I know some people, I have family that is. I feel really bad. It's hard for everyone that has a mental illness, but this is how I cope. And I've stopped doing it for a while, but I've been wanting to share. So here I go. My first poem. There's no title to these. I just wrote. My mom started me on my morning meds, so I wouldn't wound up in prison or dead. Instead of taking my meds, I ended up running away instead. She said, "Boy, you don't take your meds? I'm gonna call the police instead, telling them you won't take your meds." I said, "Ma, my meds makes my mind feel out of line, but I still have no peace of mind. Just a little kid that gets out of line. But Mom, I'll take the meds to feel fine." Here's my next one. My head always feel vine, having no peace of mind. Empty thoughts with nothing inside, just pictures of trauma that crosses my mind. Suicide tends to cross my mind, but suicide was not always on my mind. It was my predator that swore, "I'm gonna hurt you all the time." Sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse made me want to use. I fought not to use, but the abuse kept causing me to use. I kept pain inside this head of mine, but here I take a leap of fate, so I can swallow this man's sorrow. I wish no little child as myself have to swallow. Now I follow head up high, just to find there will be no cure for this head of mine. I don't want to get high, I don't want to die. I want to get out of this crazy head of mine. This pain inside screams, "Let's get high." So I scream to myself, why? Even though I'm strong enough, I'm still getting high, which is not enough. I look up to the sky, asking my higher power, why? Why I can't be up in the sky, where my family went when they died. Addiction is my disease. For life, I have to pray on my knees, 'cause this disease spreads like a fiend. No matter how hard I try, it's just not enough. Addiction follows me all the time, 'cause everywhere I go, I keep wasting time, trying to look for my next hit for my mind. Trying to feel fine, but now it's time for me to shine. I want to say no to something I can't let go. It's drugs and alcohol I can't consume, 'cause I'll make an ass out of me and you. It's the bond between me and some things. When we get together, I tend to share some things. I start to become an open book and spill some beans. How hard I try to set my thoughts aside. I try to bottle things up inside. Some things I have to let outside from within side. If I don't, it will eat me alive. So far now, I have to stay. No, 'cause I'm not alone. And this one, I went to special education school growing up. Um, this is my way of showing and telling what I've been through going through this. I went to a school with special kids, even though I was that kid. I was special, all right. Special enough to know I wasn't all that special. I was being treated like I was special, special as in different. Still believing all right was all right, because all right wasn't always all right. In a special education school, I learned the same way. I got treated the same way. Shit, even started to act the same way. Taking similar meds, threw a fit, then tossed into a pit. Smelt like shit. So I kept throwing a fit to be known, that I wanted to be left alone. I started to look like trash because regular kids threw trash, got my face smashed. I started fights in class because I was doing 5th grade work in 8th grade class. Well, it was hard for me when I got into regular education in high school. I'll talk a little bit about that when I tell my story. I have half of my life written down, I feel like. Most of it. Here's the other one. Every pain I hide, every tear I cried, I try to find a smile to hide the pain inside. I'd rather fly high, but not to say goodbye, but to not to stay, because being up there makes things hard to share. So instead, I stayed down here because I still have more to share. We are different, as you are aware, as life does not care. Be very aware that when we are not there, everyone starts to seem to care. If you are being aware, people still don't care. It takes one person to be aware, to care. Now that person has everyone that wants to care. Here's my other one. You must trust to adjust, just to trust, not too much. It can put you in a funk, which can lead to junk. Junk belongs in the trash. If you don't, it will have you looking smash. Then you might as well crash. My head feels like a mess. I must confess. There's days I don't know how to dress. I like to dress for success, cause inside my head, I don't feel my best. Hard times to address, things to confess. When I start to dress my best, that's when I feel and look like the rest. Every Sunday, I look my best. I show up to impress. Every Sunday, I confess, I don't always feel my best. I start to ignore what I obsess. I obsess about what I'm going to confess. Drugs and alcohol is what I obsessed. Now I have to confess. Now I can't put it to rest. To start feeling my Sunday best. Let me be me. Can't you see potential in me? Let me see what I can be. Watch and see what been buried inside of me. Finally free, now you see when you let me be me. On the street with a disease, trying to be free. Every time I use, it's slowly killing me. But every time I use is abuse. I need to use 'cause of past abuse. To use, to end the use, I need to get rid of the excuse to not use. By putting everything in use to not to use, everything I still do, I use. I use to stop the excuse. Don't be amused when I still want to use. Still fighting now in recovery, not to use. I try not to fly. I try not to fly so high. Touching cloud 9. Hitting the ground in a dime. Times I can't come down until I frown. The more cravings I have, taste for things I can't erase. My mistakes I crave. But what I crave is what I will consume. Consequences hold me back from resume. I can't be a fool, 'cause what I wish for could have been knowing. Could have been knocking on heaven's door.